right, you're watching the Power Hour. I'm your host, DJ Larry Jones. And sometimes the key to success lies not in just hard work, but in harnessing the powers of positive energy. So, how can you make positive energy work for you and achieve your goals? My next guest is here to tell us exactly how we can do that. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lana Pismiania. Lana, how are you? I got it right, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Good job. You did. That was amazing.
Now, first of all, I want to thank you so much for joining me on the show today. And let's just jump right into it. What is positive energy and how can we make it work for us?
I would probably start talking about what energy is. Let's just talk about, because everybody's talking about energy today, and a lot of people are actually scratching their heads. But is it energy that makes the car go? Is it the energy that makes this world go around? Yes, yes, and everything in between. Energy is the power that actually make us do things, get out of bed, comb our hair, brush our teeth, all of this, even lifting my hands right now, that's energy. But the biggest thing to remember about energy, there are two different kinds. There's positive energy and negative energy. Now, when people hear about negative energy, they get this vibe of, oh, no, I don't want any of that. That's not necessarily true. So because we're talking about positive energy today, I'll just mention about negative energy. Negative energy is something that actually makes us stop and not do things. Negative energy tells us, I want you to stay in bed today. You're really tired. So lay low. I want you to maybe not go forward as fast. Look back. Is it still the same thing that you want? Is it still something that you were dreaming about? Or maybe you should take a step back and reflect. So negative energy is not always a bad thing. It's just we need to also listen to it. It's like yin and yang. They have to live together happily. And positive energy, now this is a whole big field of let's use it. What is it really? Now, if we go back to when we were born, okay, babies, do you remember let's say the first time you went on the potty, the first time you ate from the spoon, the first time you took a step, right? Somebody around you was cheering you on to do it. Go ahead, yay, good job, you're doing it. We are trained from the time we were born to be encouraged to do things, okay? Little things. So our subconscious mind is trained, hey, if I get that encouragement, I'm going to keep on doing that. So we forget about this as we become older. Once we get out of our parents' nest or whoever we live with, who's been encouraging us, we forget that we still need it. Our subconscious mind is now trained solid. It wants to tell you, hey, you're doing a great job. Good for you. You've achieved this and all. And because we don't always have, let's say, a partner because we just haven't found one, our best friends are not always living with us to encourage us and cheer for us. We forget to do it for ourselves. And then when you get up in the morning and you're like, well, I have to do it. I have to go to work and I have to. And if you notice, even when I'm talking about this, it gets heavy, So positive energy, first of all, starting your everyday life from positive encouragement and a positive mindset. And successes could be different. I believe that getting up in the morning, taking a shower, dress, getting your kids ready for work, for school, or getting yourself ready for work, getting out of the house, going to school as a student, that's a huge thing. You did get up, you feed yourself, you went to work. Let's say if you are at work, people rely on you, you showed up, hopefully you did some work there, correct? This whole thing, actually, if we were kids, somebody would say, oh my God, you did such a great job, right? You did your homework, you were a good boy at school or a good girl. But it's the same thing as we get older. So I believe in order training. What order training is, this is a whole big science that European psychologists practice. Order training is you keep on telling yourself what you believe in. So it is proven that you actually, if you tell yourself, I'm pretty, I'm successful, over and over and over again, before you know it, the world will take you this way and things will work out that way. Now, again, People who look in the mirror and say, I'm a millionaire, and sit on their heinies at home on the couch, that doesn't work like that.
You have to put the work in. You have to put the
You
work
have to put the work in, correct. But that does work. And also the same thing, as I said, negative and positive work together, okay, is yin and yang. If you tell yourself, I'm not capable, I just won't do it. This thing is for people who were born into, I don't know, luxury or whatever. That's negative energy. This is the thing that will stop you. And just as I said, it's not always a bad thing. It's to make sure, the life's goal is to make sure that these two work together. However, reaching successes is through positive energy, because that's a go forward rather than backwards. And during those times, of course, you're going to have your negative energy bumps to sort of, hey, look around. Is this still something that you want? Or maybe on the way to your goal, you actually decided that, maybe I want something else. So it's, I'll give you an example. I always wanted to be a doctor. So half of my life right now, I spent being a dental hygienist. And I love the field. And then somewhere in the middle of that, I said, psychology has always been my passion since I was a little girl. So you can do it. And I kept on telling myself, I can do it. I'm ready for it. It's a next step. So positive energy is about your mindset, first of all. Positive energy is about realizing where you are at every moment and praising yourself for small things. If you learn how to praise yourself for small achievements, you will be less likely to scold yourself for something that didn't work out, for example. Because, we can always say in the end of the day, oh, I could have done more today. I could have made more money today. I could have actually gone to the gym today, or I shouldn't have eaten all those donuts tonight. Right. Or you can say, listen, I actually indulged in those donuts today. That'll motivate me to work tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah. Or I did have a good day today, and I actually saw quite a few patients, or I've achieved so much. See, it even sounds different.
Yeah, it does. And the weight is lifted. That weight we talked about, it lifts a little bit. Now, for people who may be watching this and say, you know what, I'm stuck with that weight on my shoulder, and I just can't get my mind there where I want it to be. How can they break through and have that positive mindset?
This is actually the most common question probably I hear from my clients when I'm coaching. Mm-hmm. How do I break from that? I feel like I'm stuck. And most likely through a couple of consultations, we actually come to conclusion they've been scolding themselves so much because they want that big goal, but they have not encouraged and they have not given themselves positive encouragement throughout. They've been, oh my God, but I'm still not there. I'm still not there. I'm still not there, but I really want it. They've accumulated so much of that negativity and negative energy that now they're stuck. So to begin to break through this, you need to start saying, where am I at right now? How old am I? What have I achieved so far? Did I graduate school? Did I apply for school? Am I going forward? Did I make a first step? If the answer is yes, my guess is that you're rushing too much into that big picture without stepping back and looking, but I've achieved so much. Look back how much trouble is already behind me. That usually opens the gate and saying, I usually see that clear light in my clients' eyes, like, oh my God, you're right. I have, I'll give you an example of a gentleman I worked with, and but I want more. I want my family to be proud of me. And I said, look where you are right now. You moved from your parents. You are on your own. You're supporting yourself. You pay your own bills. You have your own apartment. Maybe you're not a CEO of the company yet, but you are already an individual. And then I saw this bright look and say, oh my goodness, you're right. I haven't even thought about it, how far I've come. I'm like, well, you're not a student who lives with your parents and asks them for a couple of dollars to go out, right? Oh yeah. Or let's just say relationship. That's another thing. I'm stuck in this relationship. We're we're torturing each other, me and my partner.
Mm,
We're not moving forward anymore. That's
right.
another thing. This is where, well, there are a lot of different scenarios, of course,
Yeah.
but I'll take a generalized one. Most likely, your life, and as we know it, routine could be pretty intimidating. You know, did you do groceries, clean up the house, took the kids, or if you're without the kids, you still have a lot of chores together. You probably round yourself up in that routine so much that now you're stuck, and it's not negative, but it's not positive anymore. It
Yeah.
became neutral. The two of you are stuck and bored.
Yeah.
Talking about now, relationship without big fights and troubles.
Right.
So how do you move forward? Well, do you remember what happened in the beginning? Oh yeah, we used to go on dates. We used to go hiking. We used to go. Well, why aren't you doing this now?
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have to date each other every day and go out because you probably end up being broke. And plus, eating out is not the healthiest thing every day.
And date nights are very important. Date nights are so important in a relationship. So yeah, I totally agree with that.
Put on a movie and create a date night at home.
Yeah.
Put a meal together in the kitchen and discuss what happened in your day.
Like you said, you don't have to go out and spend money all the time. It's stuff you can do right there in your own home.
And I'll tell you, gossiping in the kitchen with your partner, as a matter of fact, another scientific proof, psychologists actually, there was a study done that proved that if you gossip with your partner, and it's not an evil gossip that hurts anybody, okay? You're not talking behind somebody's back about mean things, okay? But if you're gossiping about juicy news, actually, it's a great positive energy boost. You both sort of, oh yeah, did you hear this and that? I'm so glad we're not doing that, right? Or something like that. That actually really, well, it connects partners, first of all. And second of all, it reconnects you and brings you back from those old days where every news was new news because you used to not living together.
Right. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Now, going back to positive mindset, how important is it to surround ourselves with people that are, influential and are where you want to be in life?
I would say this is the most important thing, honestly speaking. Again, this is something that this is hard to do. If you think about our surrounding, a lot of people, when they start analyzing their surrounding, they might say, oh, I do have a friend. He's always complaining or he's so negative about things and all. Now, you can't really say to a client, well, you can't talk to that friend because he puts you down all the time. However, building boundaries and walls to protect yourself as an adult is extremely important. And I'm not saying getting rid of your friends. However, adults do have the right to actually say, can we talk about something positive? I'm sorry you're going through this, but we've talked about this over and over and over again. Why don't we talk about something positive and it'll make you feel better and it'll make both of us feel better. But surrounding is extremely important. You can't try to achieve something big in your life or move forward. Let's say, okay, somebody listens to our show today and says, all right, makes a lot of sense. Larry and Alana said that, it's time to open the door to new things, okay? And then a person is looking around and, everybody has their life situation and, oh, there's trouble here, trouble there. You do have to build your own fortress that will protect you. And it's a mental fortress where you won't really let that negativity come and bombard your mind. Right. So surrounding yourself with positive people is important, however, not always possible. So positive mindset. This is their trouble. I'm an adult now and I have my own life. If I take care and pay attention to everybody's negative vibes, I will drown in that black sea. I have to keep myself afloat because I have trouble. I have negative thoughts. I have my doubts. And I don't want to have them. I want to move forward. So when someone's trying to come with bad news and all, it's okay to actually say, can we talk about this later? I'm in the middle of something. And even if you're in the middle of positive thinking, you might not be doing main things, but you don't want that energy to jump into your positive flow, it's okay to say, can we talk about this later?
Now, when it comes to staying in that mindset, when it comes to, we get distracted. There's a lot of distractions in life. What can we do to stay motivated and stay in that mindset?
My favorite exercise is, just as I said, order training. Okay. It's hard to grasp what it is actually, but exercises like looking yourself in the mirror. A lot of times I would start my Instagram even stories in the morning saying, I hope all of you have an assignment for the day. Go and look in yourself in the mirror and say, I'm beautiful. I can do it. I'm worthy. I'm here for myself. So today's task is to stay positive. And whatever happens, I will appreciate it. Even if it's a negative thing, that means the universe is sending me something. Maybe I need to step back, reflect, and analyze what is really going on around me, rather than push, and go. So order training, I believe, is the most effective way to stay in that positive mindset. Because if you think about it, if someone keeps on telling you, you can't do it, you can't do it, you can't do it, eventually you'll believe it.
You believe you can't do it, yeah.
Then why don't you think that I can, and I will, and I definitely, in a short amount of time, write it down, read it. If it's hard, I know some people are like, I feel like a dummy or a clown talking to myself in the mirror. No problem. Take a book, a notebook, post it. We love Post-its. They're different colors. You notice how Post-its are bright colors?
Yeah.
Writing is a smart tool, okay? Put it down, I can do it. Put it down, I will accomplish my goal, or whatever you want to. Or today I will smile more. Today I will say hello to more people than I usually do. Today I will open the door for that grumpy co-worker who's always so unhappy. I will kill her with TLC. See what happens to her. It'll make me feel good too. Put it on the poster. Put it on the fridge or next to the door when you leave the house so you can read it. In your bathroom when you're brushing your teeth. Read it.
You know, it's so easy for us to think negative, and it seems so difficult to think positive. You know, it's like negative thoughts just come into people's minds so easily, and it just brings them down, like we talked about, that weight, you know. So when we get to the point to where we're thinking positive, you know, and that negative thought jumps in and you get it out of there, eventually you'll be where you want to be in life. You know, just keep it. Any last words for the people that you would want to leave them with today?
Absolutely. I would want everybody to think about that in this negative world, if you want to believe in something negative or that negativity stream that keeps on bombarding you, you can do it any day. Because go outside, listen to the news, it's there. Try doing something different today. Try telling yourself, I'm beautiful. I've accomplished so much. And I'm not talking about just your look. I'm talking about I'm a beautiful person. I help people. People smile around you. I make a difference in the world. Even if you think it's tiny, it's huge in the world. Because all of us put tiny positive things, the world becomes a better place.
There you go. The words of Alana Pispiani. I said it right again.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining me on the show today. You're watching the Power Hour.
Thank you very much for inviting me. It was a pleasure.
Yeah. Hey, listen, anytime. You're watching the Power Hour right here on Soul.